Hi friends, very good morning. Myself Piyush Kumar as a furniture man. So I have made this video for the people who really want to learn about testing for Europe market and testing for American market. In general, testing of furniture for the whole world. This video I have made because after working in this trade, I have observed that the content for the testing is either available only in the testing labs or with the professionals. But if a person working in this trade, maybe quality, designer, merchant, customer, buyer, they do not have this content available on the websites. So I have collected information from various resources. There are customizations of the test. So I will give you the brief detail of what are the testing requirements for the Europe, what are the testing requirements for the US. This is very important video. So I would request people who are interested to watch full content, and then you will find this very productive. Very productive, I would say. So let me tell you about that. Who are my audience? As I said, that buyers, manufacturer, designer, trader, customers, quality and testing guys, as well as the merchants. Now, what are the testing requirements I will cover? I will cover all the ASTM testing requirements for America. I will cover all the testing requirements for Europe, which is EU. And some of them are general requirement for making furniture either of any market, maybe India, Australia, or rest of the world. So now I'll take you through, before going to the testing, I'll take you through some contentful information which you will love to know. When it comes to furniture, what do you think? So you think of design, you think of comfort, you think of functions, you think of durability and safety. Either of this is at the low level, is not workable. Which means sometimes a furniture can have very beautiful design, but if it is not durable, is not safe, and is not comfortable, is not workable. Sometimes, and with the fashion modern era, if furniture is made too sturdy, very heavy duty, bulky and masculine, but is not fitting into your lifestyle, which means the design is not workable. Now you made design good, you made durability good, but the furniture is not safe for your human being, be it chemical exposure or general safety, which is strength and durability, is of no use. Now I'll take you through some of the example why testing is required. The testing of the furniture is required so that we make furniture, or anybody is making furniture, it should be safe for the customer and customer. It should be safe for the federal requirements, the country of selling, the market you are selling into. How the testing is being done? There are number of tests which are applicable. This is based on the brands, based on the market. Some of the tests are being applicable in the market and they ask for modification. While it depends on the brands whether they want to applicable all the test requirement or they want to applicable some of the test requirements. So it is completely depending on the brands. While on the other side, there are minimum requirement which even brands do not want to, but it has to, because this is a requirement of the government, legal requirement of the country. Now, what are the type of testing? So we have category of furniture, we have chair or seating units, we have tables, we have storages, we have bar, we have domestic furniture, we have indoor, we have outdoors, we have camping, we have business furniture, we have office furniture. So n number of category, again depends on different website and the brands how they categorize their furniture. Now I'll take you through a very quick topic which will relate your experiences with the general safety and durability and function of the furniture. Have you ever experienced that you are sitting on a chair, you are trying to swing on the back two legs, and you feel like falling down or you fell down? That's one thing. You bought a table, it looks very nice, you start using it. After a few days, you notice that the tabletop surface is either having some stain spots or having scratches to the surface. This is general experience. Now with the cabinets, either with the door or the drawers, you have experienced that you are trying to open the door or the drawer and it is not opening, maybe because of spatial weather condition. Sometimes wood is swelling, shrinkage, and because of malfunction of the hardwares or misfit, you experience that your furniture function is not well. Did you experience this? I'm sure yes. Sometimes you buy a furniture, it comes in the boxes to your home, you open the box and you have a bad odor or a pungent smell. I noticed this. You are making a bad chair, dining, you are using them. While you are using them, they are making a crackling sound which is not nice. Sometimes you are sitting on a chair and moving and is having a sound which is, this not nice. Have you ever experienced that you bought a furniture and it started opening its joints, lamination, glue problems? Sometimes you buy a furniture, I'm not taking any brand name or any kind of material you use, but you can experience this in your life. You bought a furniture and then it start having, sometimes the coating is cracking, coating is peeling off, or coating is getting away. Too much bending of the doors, too much bending of the tops, too much bending of the drawer, too much bending of the wood leads to malfunction or use of the furniture. Chopping board, delamination, because it comes in contact of water in the kitchen and then you see that you bought a nice chopping board, it started delaminating, separated into two parts. Unstable small stool or common table in the restaurant. I go to the restaurant and most of the time I used to call people, say, hey, your table is not stable, it is shaking, and you cannot enjoy your meal. Ergonomics of the furniture is a big topic where you are buying a furniture to sit for a longer time working on table, maybe sitting on a chair for a comfortably, or your working chair, maybe your dining chair, but that's not comfortable because the posture of the table or a furniture or chair is not nice. These are the experiences which you feel in your life. You buy a nice wall decor, heavy wall decor, mirror or a shelf to your nice wall. It fell down because the wall hanging mechanism is not rightly fit. You buy a furniture and then the glass is broken. You buy a furniture, you have rusting, color fading, borer issue, joint opening and catching fire or ignite. So these are the experiences which any one of you or all of you must have experienced in your life. So when it comes to the testing, during the testing, all these issues are taken care of and we make sure that, or you make sure that you have to make furniture which is out of these issues. So I'll bring you to the testing now and please have a look to the testing. I'm here. So I will start with the USA testing here. So when it comes to US based testing, this is called CPSA, which is Consumer Product Safety Act, where we have domestic furniture, we have office furniture, we have non-domestic and commercial furniture. First of all, before going to the detailed testing, one important requirement is general safety and safe packaging. So when it comes to the general safety, which means furniture should function well, it must not have any sharp edges, it must not have any critical area where it can cause any injury to the customer. It cannot break, it should not break, it should not have any nail or sharp tool, sharp hardware, coming out. That's called general safety. Now go to the seating units. We have ASTM 2613, or chairs are being tested under the BIFMA 5.1 and 5.4. Tables are being tested under ASTM F2813 or BIFMA X 5.5. Storages are tested at ASTM 2057, 3096, 2598. These three protocols are applicable, or BIFMA 5.6. Bunk beds and beds or mattresses are being tested for ASTM F 1427, 1566, 1821. If anybody wants to have more detail on these, I am taking you through here, which are quick details and then this will be fruitful for the people who are into quality, into inspections, checking furniture, making furniture, designing furniture. So I'll tell you what. Seating, when I say seating, seating can be any seating units, 1-seater, 2-seater, 3-seater, multiple seater. It can be sofa, it can be chair, it can be bar chair, it can be dining chair, it can be chair without backrest, it can be chair with armrest, with leg support, with a footrest. So all kind of chairs are covered in this testing. How do we do this? Leg strength of the chair, because chair is a very important furniture where the legs should be very, very strong, because if someone comes on, sit with an impact or without an impact, without an impact as well, chair must not break. So leg strength should be tested with 75 lbs weight, 1 inches from the edge, and the impact on the seat must also be tested, which is depending, as I said earlier, that it can be modified based on the clients. Normally it is 225 lbs dropped from 6 inches, while on other side some are being tested at 300 lbs dropped from 6 inches, and no failure, no deformation should be done. Static load test for the seat is, seat must not, or the chair or the seating unit must not broken at 625 lbs weight capped for 1 minute. This figure can also be different as per the client, maybe sometimes 400, 300, but 625 lbs is the right figure, what I know. If this is pass at this, then it will pass for others. If the chair is multiple seating, then you have to load at 2 places and drop at 1. Then we have backrest test. So let's say a chair is having backrest. The backrest strength is being tested with 150 lbs, 16 inch above the sitting height, and applicable for 1 minute. Front stability. So I made a chair like this here to better, for the better understanding. Front stability means when you are sitting on a chair and then you are moving towards the front side, it should not fall down to the front side. So you see here, the load of 135 lbs need to be placed on the seat, which is 60 mm from the front side, and a force of 4.5 lbs should be pulled towards the front side. Then it comes to the backward stability. There are type 1 and type 2 chairs where we place 13 disc, and type 3 chair, sorry, here is a typo error, so this is type 3 chair basically. We place 6 discs like this on the chair, and then we we put a force on towards the back side after blocking at the back leg. The force is equal to 0.196 multiplied by 1195 minus height in mm. This is for the backward stability. So then come to the arm strength. The arm rest should not be broken or showing any damage at 150 lbs on the vertical weight and 75 lbs with the horizontal weight. Footrest of any bar chair or any other chair should not break at 110 kg. So when we make chair following all these testing requirements, the chair becomes super nice. Now you can play with design to make chair beautiful. You can play with material to make chair beautiful. You can play with other factors which fit in the sizes accordingly. Then as I said, like other factors you can play, but testing must be secured. Now I'll tell you about tables. So I have, if you look at the whole this area, this is all for the tables only, and now you can see, I'll show you from here tables. And I have partitioned in three parts. This is distributed load test. This is concentrated load test. This is stability or the tipping test. This is lag strength test. In this row I have made dining tables, which is dining tables here, and then all other tables, which is occasional table, maybe a coffee table, an end table, or a console table, or any other working desk, something like this in this row. Now here, distributed load test. So we categorize tables based on their surface area, which is more than 4 feet square and less than 4 feet square. You will find this in all three testing requirements. For the dining tables, if area is more than 4 feet square, the dining need to be tested for distribution load test 50 lbs per square feet. If less than 4, then 40 lbs square feet. Similarly, for the occasional tables, 40 lbs square feet and 30 lbs square feet, but this may again vary based on the clients. Concentrated load test. So distributed load test, in case of distributed load test, what we do, we keep the load distributedly on all the surface, keeping only 1 inch area or everywhere. But in case of the concentrated load test, we have to the weight which is mentioned in the table, we have to keep all weight over and over, and only on the 12 inches size this, so which is concentrated load, as the name says, concentrated load test. Here this should not be on the edge. This should be at least 6 inches inside from any edge. 12 inches this in case of when we have available surface area. 9 inches this in case of when we don't have the space here. So again, 4 feet less than above 300 lbs to 275 lbs. In case of coffee table and small tables, 200 lbs and 175 lbs. Stability, which is very important test for all the tables, because when you are making a table, it should be strong enough to hold the distribution and load test, which means very, very sturdy and strong. While if it is strong and strong enough but it is not stable, then it would not fit to your right furniture. So stability is when you are standing like this on a table, it should not tip over, because sometimes you are keeping your stuff on the table, you are eating, and sometimes people are standing by taking some they are just putting their hands on the table and then trying to stand up by taking its support. So stability is that important. Again, here 12 inch or 9 inches this, 1 inch inside the critical edge. So we have to identify the table which one could be the tip over area, like the critical surface. We have to use 125 lbs, 100 lbs in case of 4 feet and 4 feet, and 175 lbs for some client, 100 for some client, 75. That's again 65 and 40. Now lag strength test, which is normally is same as seating, while the calculation is given here. So 75 lbs need to be applied at 1 inches in all 4 directions. So this is a lag. You have to freely hold the furniture. You have to put 75 lbs load from 1 inch from the edge in this direction, this, and this, all 4 directions. So which shows that how lag is assembled to your furniture, and it should be very strong and sturdy. Now I have also shelf and storage, which is mostly self strength is being calculated and checked based on the width of the shelf, which is 8 inch above and less than 8 inch above. I am not going into the detail, though this is very brief. There are lot of detail which I know and I can explain, but while I want to make this video short, now I am coming to European testing, and I'll take you through here. So test requirement for Europe is GPCD. As I've told you, for US it was CPSA, like Consumer Product Safety Act, while for Europe it is GPCD, General Product Safety Guideline, I think. Yeah, product safety. Yeah, and then it is 2001/95 EC. Again, the general safety is same as what we were talking about for US. While these are the numbers which I will read for you, and you can take a screenshot if you want to read this and want to work on this maybe for your preparation and learning and all. So you can take the screenshot over here. I have on the bottom, I will tell you about some more important tests also applicable, which are very important here. So let us take you through. EN 12520 is seat for domestic use. EN 12521 is table testing for the domestic use. EN 14749 is the storage, any storage for the domestic use. CE, WEEE are the electrical products, which are lamp, chandelier, and wall lamps, ceiling lamps, and all that, or luminaries. EN 16139 is seats which are non-domestic or commercial. So this test is required for the product or the seating or the chair or the sofas sold out to for the use of commercial use, maybe restaurants or any public areas. EN 15372 is the table, non-domestic, again the same. EN 14073 is office desk or computer tables. EN 16121 is non-domestic storage. EN 12720, 721, 722 is exposure to cold liquid, wet heat, and dry heat. So now these are the basically the load test requirements here, which means mechanical strength, which means your durability of the furniture and total strength of the furniture, while exposure to cold liquid, wet heat, and dry heat comes under the performance of the furniture. And all these tests here are again performance. So let me tell you, like a chair or a table or something is very nicely made, mechanically sound, very strong, but the surface is not abrasion to resistant, which is not good. If surface is not scratch resistant, especially for dining or any table, is not good. If surface is color fastness, so you made a nice table, very nicely finished, but color fastness test is not done, so your color will fade in some time when it gets exposed to artificial or sunlight. Similarly, flammability test for upholstery for Europe is again mandatory. I forgot to write that in CPSA, which is TB 116 and 117. We call it cigarette test for upholstery, which I will make another video on the detailed test for America separately, 10-15 minutes video, and I will make another video to read out the detail of all these tests, how we have to do these tests, how we do table testing, how we do chair testing, how do we do testing for storage, electricals, and all. So I will make separate video for this. This was a brief video overall. So then I'm here. So flammability. After that, in the furniture, normally the glass component which is being used maybe on the storage front, let's like this here you can see, or maybe in any other component, kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets, or sometimes tabletops. So you see very nice table with a tabletop. This test must be applicable to all the furniture, which be it any market. The safety glass or the tempered glass or the toughened glass need to be used, and this is called fragmentation test. Then ISO 14184 is HCHO, which is formaldehyde emission. So this test is also mandatory. And one more important regulation is REACH, where this testing requirement says that there are more than 350 chemicals which should not be used in furniture industry, while there are people who are not controlling this and furniture become injurious to the human health. So please do not make that furniture which are not meeting the requirement of REACH and Prop 65 for US. Then volatile organic compound, substances of very high concern, then perfluorinated compound. These three should not also be there in the furniture. BS 581123 are applicable for outdoor chairs and tables. So 1 and 2 are for chairs, and 1 and 3 is for tables. ISO 9227 is corrosion test, which is exposure of a metal component to humidity, maybe saline water or semi-saline water, and it should not rust. Now I am coming to the very important few tests which are written over here, which also decide and describe the performance of your furniture. Croaking test, wet and dry. We take dry and wet cloth. So to check the colored furniture, we use white cloth. To check natural or white, white itself furniture, we use black cloth. So what is croaking test? You have to rub that cloth on the surface of your furniture, and the color should not transfer from furniture surface to your cloth, which is croaking test. It must pass. Nail peeling test is generally human nail. You have to use your nail, try to scratch the surface of your furniture, and surface should not get damaged. Then comes to coin test. You take your coin and you rub it on the surface of the furniture. It should not have any scratches. Tape adhesion test is you take the general using tape, put it on the surface of this, press it nice, pull it like immediately. Color or any coating should not come out with the tape. Then comes to cross hatch cut test. This can be done with a standard tool. I will tell you. I will also show a separate PPT to describe all these tests in my next videos, but telling you here, cross cut test, you make cross hatch surface on the table or any surface, put a tape, a standard tape, pull it out, and then it should not damage. Then is abrasion test. This test is you take abrasive surface like a sandpaper, which is a standard, rub 10 times on the surface of furniture. It should not get away, the coating should not get away. This is abrasion, test to abrasion is written over here. Number and the details are given. Indent test is to check the powder coating adhesion on the surface of metal. Salt spray test is again can be done in in the factory or in the lab. This is to check the corrosion strength or the adhesion strength of the finishing material to the metal surfaces. Then is chisel test and moisture content test. This is basically to chisel test is, as the name suggests, you have to insert the chisel between the laminated two planks with the hammer, and when they separate, it should be the wood failure, not the glue failure. Moisture content test, as you know, that wood is a hygroscopic material. It should be in the standards of international, which is 8 to 12%, and we prefer 8 to 10 now. This is moisture content test. To check the finishing, you can also do few more tests, which are gloss meter, checking the thickness of the coating and all. So I would like to know, guys, your feedback, how this video is in general. And I'm sure you must like this, because I have given you this contentful information. First of all, this is for US, and this is for Europe. In addition to this, I am also sure that people who are watching me and are not into furniture manufacturing trade, they are the consumers. So let's say they are general people, but also they are not into manufacturing trade or buying and selling of furniture. I'm sure this all testing and is general discussion must be helpful for them when they are going to buy furniture for themselves. They must know that they can also do some of the tests to know the strength, ergonomics, durability, design, and then compare with the brand to brand, and they can also compare with the price. So I'm sure you must like this video. If yes, please comment on this video and tell me. This will, I don't want that you are giving me comment, but I want myself to encourage to prepare some more contentful video related to furniture, related to my field, and then I keep on coming with more productive video, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Namaste.